Okay, Unit 9, factoring part 4, number 2. I have 10n squared minus 39n plus 35. I know that the first number, 10n squared, has to either be made up of 10n times 1n or 5n times 2n. I've been using a strategy that I'd like to try to continue to use, and that's looking at this middle number and deciding how big or small it is. It's a pretty big number compared to numbers less than 10 or greater than 10. So because of that, I'm going to try to use the larger pair and see if that works. So 10n and n. 10n times n is 10n squared. If I try all my choices and that doesn't work, then I'll go back and try the other one, because it is still guessing and checking. The last number in each parentheses is going to come from factors of 35. Well, the most common factor of 35 is 5 and 7. The only other one I can think of is 1 and 35, and it's usually not something that drastic. So if we try the 5 and 7, we have a positive 35, but we actually have a negative middle number, so I need both of these to be negative, negative 5 and negative 7. If you weren't paying attention to that and you used positive and positive, you might wind up with a positive 39, and we know that that means to change the signs. So then I'm going to check. I have negative 5n. 10 times 7 is negative 70. And maybe you did that already. You knew 7 times 10 was too big, so you didn't even try this option, because that's negative 75 total. So it is too big. So what I'll do is I'll try to switch my 7 and 5 and see if that makes a difference. So now when I try it, my inside two numbers are negative 7 times n, and my outside, negative 5 times n, is negative 50n, and that is still too big. So I get a negative 57 there, and that really doesn't work either. So my 10n and 1n just didn't work this time. I think maybe because the factors 5 and 2 are also kind of large, or 5 and 7. So since this didn't work, I will try the other pair. So instead of my parentheses, I'm going to use 5n and 2n, and then still try to use that 5 and 7. So negative 5, negative 7. If I check the middle numbers, 5 times 2 is negative 10. Check the outside numbers, 5 times 7 is negative 35. So together that gives me negative 45. That didn't work, so we switch around our 5 and 7. So middle numbers, negative 7 times 2 is negative 14. Outside numbers, 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. And so together, I get negative 39. So I got there. Just took a little bit of time. It wasn't what I thought might happen instinctually with the 10 and 1. So 5 and 2 worked out for that one.